Okay, it's 11:14 a.m. in the morning. And on May 6th, March 6th, I think we are 69 days away from um yeah, from graduation. Uh yeah. Um yeah, I don't know. I slept from 4:20ish to 11, which is not the best, but more than 6 hours, so also not bad. I had a dream. I need to get it out before I forget it. So, um, firewood report film. Firewood report film. Firewood, me and my family and my cousin's family were all at a cookout of sorts, indoors, in somewhere maybe futuristic, um, a square room perhaps, but it was a barbecue inside a room. And for some reason, my brother is responsible for lighting up fires and, just doing logistical stuff. But my brother is really struggling. There is a huge pile of flammable stuff, like firewood, also a huge tray or cauldron of like puffy fire flammable foams or something like that. And I I my brother couldn't light a fire with that, so I tried to test it out myself. Um, and oh my god, it set off a huge fire, and it became dangerous. And I tried to grab some marshmallows to try to roast it, but the fire has to be put out instead because it's just too dangerous. So that's that. And then another dream I had near when I woke up was there's this film festival, and I tried to go there to report on it because I was a journalist for some reason. And they have this huge wheel where they spin the wheel, and whatever the arrow lands on as a film, they play it. So that's it. That's that. Yeah, yesterday I tried to be as productive as possible, but it's difficult because a canned video takes a long time because every single move, every single edit, it takes about a whole minute to freeze. And yeah, I ended up not watching anything yesterday, even though yesterday theoretically I have a lot of time. But I ended up watching nothing yesterday. And I also did reapply to the Can 3-day pass thing. I think my motivation letter is fucking beautiful. I tried my best and it's beautiful. I started off by saying the greatest birthday gift I've ever received is Parasite. It's a ticket to Parasite. And that's thanks to the Palm d'Or. Um, and yeah, I kept it sweet and simple. I cut down a lot of words. I made sure the motivation letter is 1 page long. I yeah, I talked about I kept some of the original stuff. Like I watched Yi and I cried. And Anna Iwasawa actually had a great point. Anna was like, "Oh, you can say you're about to graduate and your new life is about to begin, but you want to spend your last moments of your school life at Can because that's how much you love Can." And I'm like, "Wow, Jesus, I haven't thought of that." So, yeah. So yeah, I might get rejected still, and then in that case, well, so be it. Um, but if I could go 3 days, I genuinely would go just the 3 days plus a day before and a couple days after. I think it's not bad. Better than nothing. Again, let's not be pessimistic. Um, yeah, a lot of people don't get to go anyways. Like again, Anya and the Rachels, they are all rejected. So yeah. Um, and it's crazy because they're all 1 year lower than me, and when I was a year lower. Like last year, I got in. So yeah, basically. So today, not much. Today, I have a humongous shift at the Norse. From 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm gonna stock up. I'm gonna have some snacks. I'm gonna buy a good lunch. Maybe try the burger place. I don't know. And I'm gonna read. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna write. It's gonna be nice. And then, um, yeah. I also miraculously finished writing the Mary Sweeney script, but I can't tell if it's a good script or not because it's so like it's based off of a dream I had. Okay, anyways, and then I'm gonna head to Ralph's because I'm running out of a bunch of stuff. And then that's it. And then yeah, still not sure about um the future, but I do want to continue texting people, making phone calls, DMing people about my film, and explore, go out, go crazy, get a piercing tomorrow, perhaps. Um, yeah, yeah. Maybe you don't see you are not for me. Bro. Okay, time now is 1:38 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, it's late, and today was okay. I woke up and I had a little bit of time to rest, but honestly, not that much because I had to immediately get to school for my shift. And it was strange because I arrived at around 1:03 p.m. and I felt like, okay, I'm gonna be a little late, and because it seems like my employer will not be there according to the email, so maybe it's fine. So I arrived at 1:03 p.m. and turns out I'm super early. The Norse Theater is not open. No one's there, and I just waited for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, where are the people? Why is everyone late? So I decided to just walk to SCA because I thought if I just go to SCA right now, I'm just gonna run into someone I know, and I'll have a conversation. The moment I just fucking know. The moment I arrive at SCA, boom, someone I know will show up, and then we'll have a conversation. So I went to SCA, and I ran into Tiger. And yeah, Tiger asked me how I'm doing. I asked her how she's doing. She just finished shooting her 546, and I was like, "That's great. I'll be there at the premiere." And then I asked her about Cannes, and she said she hasn't applied, but if she goes, she'll be going in the second week, and which is true. I mean, me too. So, anyways, there is that. Um, And then I saw David James. Of course, I every time I go to SEA, I just run into people. We chat a little bit. Apparently, David James is doing the PD stuff for 486, the Thesis TV show, which is shooting right now, and like at that moment, and they're about to break for lunch, and then they came out to set a table. So after that, I walked back to Norris Theater. Still no one, still nothing. That was when I started to suspect that maybe the film starts late, and I'm just there too early. So I checked the email, and I realized that even though my employer told me the shift starts at 1 p.m., the movie doesn't start until 3, which means theoretically my shift actually starts at 2 p.m. So I'm like, great. So I went back to SCA, and by then a whole group of 486 people are out there sort of getting food, and I saw Chloe Eloise Malay, and we had a bit of a conversation. We talked, it was nice, and she's like, "Are you working on something?" And I'm like, "I'm here to work, like work study." And she's like, "Oh, like work, like real job." And then I told her, "Oh, I saw your 310," and she's like, "Oh, I know, I saw your letterbox review." And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, because on Letterbox I write reviews thinking that no one's gonna read them, so I write some pretty insane shit on Chloe Eloise's 310. My review on Letterbox is like a whole rant about like SCA and the structure of SCA and like the nepotism, the richism, the hierarchy. And she's like, "No, it's great. You're a very passionate reviewer. You have a lot to say." And I'm like, "Wow, okay." So, anyways, I sat inside the SCA building for a while, and then I walked back to Norris, and then finally I'm there, and there's still no one. But just as I arrived, a couple of Nigerian guys slash black guys came, and they're part of this event, Nollywood in Hollywood. Today we're doing a double feature screening of two Nigerian films. We arrived, and then Diego showed up, and then this other girl, I think she's like Southeast Asian American. I think she's Thai American. I am not sure. She showed up, and then we just did the job, and we started the shift from 2 p.m. onwards, and then well, it went on and on and on and on, and yeah, honestly, it was how many hours is that? 7 hour. It was a 7 hour shift. It is quite a lot, but it actually didn't feel that long because I spent quite a bit of time reading. I finished a chapter in 100 Years of Solitude finally after a whole month, after more than a whole month of not reading or like reading extremely slowly. And then I also just wrote a little bit. I looked at my phone a lot, chatted. It was nice. Um and then yeah, I wanted to go out and get some food at around 4 p.m. I wanted to just go to the village and try the burger place. I wanted to get a burger and a milkshake, something big, thick, and fat, a fat meal. What ended up happening is that after the end of the first film screening, there, the Nollywood and Hollywood, they brought a DJ and they brought a whole like food. They brought food, so I thought maybe I don't have to buy lunch. Okay, I skipped ahead a little bit. We had to bring tables. So me and Diego, we went to SCA to Race Dark and grabbed a couple foldable white tables, and they needed operations to open the door to that room. And of course, Cheyenne shows up, which is so crazy. Cheyenne's this like mysterious blonde girl, right? And but I just know her and she knows me. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, I asked Cheyenne like just quick like, have you heard back from Can? And Cheyenne's like, yeah, I got interviewed last Thursday. And I'm like, how did it go? And she's like, it's good. And I'm like, well, you're gonna get in. I know it. You're gonna get in. And then I said bye. Um, I realized Cheyenne's really shy. Like Cheyenne's kind of quiet, which is why she seems such a scary person. Fuck a software update. At the same time, she's like very edgy and fucked up. So I don't know. I think that's why. But I think Cheyenne will get in. So and then as we were leaving, Diego was like, "Oh, I also got interviewed." with Sandrine. And I was like, oh, so you applied too. So Diego applied, and I'm pretty sure if Diego applies, it means he's basically going to get in because he's a huge cinephile, he's a nice guy, and apparently he had a great interview with Sandrine. So Diego's got it. Diego's getting in. So far, I know 4 people who got interviewed and is getting in. Toll, Josh, Silva, Cheyenne, and Diego. And if Cheyenne's getting interviewed, I'd imagine Julian's getting interviewed as well. And then 3 rejects, Anya and the Rachels. And then I asked Jacob. It turns out Jacob also got interviewed. So now I know 5 people who got interviewed, actually. And assuming Julian also did, now I know 6 people who got interviewed. So that's pretty cool. So if I do go to Cannes, if the 3-day thing works out, which I don't know, I doubt it though because I applied so late. But if that works out, hopefully I'll be seeing all these people, and I would know like over half of the team, if not all of the team, honestly. Like who else is gonna go? Grace Gordon, maybe Grace Gordon and Edith, maybe I think Colin and Camden will be back, and then that's already 4 more people, and then maybe yeah, and then of course there's like the master students that I'm probably missing out on, but yeah, I probably know a bunch of them. Anyways, went back. So there's food, and I thought, hey, maybe I could just get free food, and I could just call it lunch. And it's interesting. It's like Nigerian deep fried bread and like a deep fried pie, like an empanada, but it's not an empanada, and some like small crispy bits of like bread or something. And it's nice, but it's not lunch. It feels like a snack, and I realized that. I realized I need veg, so I went out to the village and I tried Sweetgreen. I really hated it. I told myself to never try Sweetgreen, but you know what? I want something like this Nigerian snack thing. It's good, but it put me in a weird situation because I got a lot of starch, but I don't have enough meat and I don't have enough veg. So the only place I can think of that I can just go meat and veg, that would be a salad place. So Sweetgreen it is. So I went to Sweetgreen. I got a big chicken salad bowl and apple pomegranate, but it actually just tastes like regular lemonade, and it's $19. So it's still expensive as hell. And then I went back, and then turns out they actually prepared food for us. They prepared jollof rice and chicken for us. So anyways, I didn't eat the jollof rice and chicken. I brought it home and I also only ate half the salad bowl. So that salad bowl and the jollof chicken and rice, that's tomorrow night. That's my meal tomorrow night. So yeah, that's that. And then for the second half of the shift, Ife showed up just to hang out. Ife's bringing a whole luggage. They're doing returns for props for clowns, and we talked. And apparently, Ife and Diego are buddy buddies. They're very close. They joke a lot. Also, maybe my hearing is bad, but they both speak really quietly, and like 1/3 of the time, I don't know what they're saying, and then they're laughing, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. But yeah, Ife's really nice, and they pointed out several things that I just remember very clearly. One is I'm wearing stripes, sweater with stripes, and Ife's like, you look good with stripes. And not a single soul on earth has ever complimented my fashion before. And this sweater, there's like my grandma gave it to me without like, it's some grandma shit, but it just works for me. And then a little bit later, because like before, like when I went back from the village, I had my book 100 Years of Solitudes left on the table, and he's like trying to speculate who else it is, and he's like, yeah, I thought it was you, Enoch. And then the other thing is he read my 2001: A Space Odyssey Letterbox review, and said that, oh yeah, I saw your review on Letterbox, and you talked about your ex, and I'm just like, what is going on? And I'm like, that's not my ex. And again, it's just twice already today where I'm like, I can't believe people actually read my Letterbox reviews. Now I'm embarrassed. Also, Ife assuming that I am capable of having an ex-girlfriend is really crazy. I think I'm just really looking down on myself because everyone is capable of having romantic relationships. But I'm not, and people don't know that, which is good. If people can immediately tell that I'm incapable of romance, it means that everyone looks down at me, looks down on me. But the fact that people think that I can means that people are not really looking down on me. But it's just really depressing how I don't even have ex-girlfriends. I don't have girlfriends, I don't have ex-girlfriends, I just have mistakes. Just the two girls. But that's basically it. Um yeah, we returned the tables, we left, I went to Ralph's, came back, and everything's fine. So I don't know what to do tomorrow because Christian's not responding to me. I want to go out and get a piercing, earlobe piercing, which again seems really radical, but just got to do it, you know. But I don't know, no response from Christian. So I'm gonna probably wake up semi early tomorrow morning and see if Christian has a response. If not, I don't think I'm going to the piercing place. I think I'm probably just gonna chill out and because I'm again sleep deprived, tired. I have a lot to do, a lot to edit, a lot to write, a lot to watch. So yeah, that's that. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so time now. Okay, holy fuck. Okay, time now is 1:33 p.m., but it's basically 12:33 afternoon. I slept from 6 a.m. to 1:30, aka 5 a.m. to 12:30. I woke up by an alarm just now. And yeah, last night was pretty fucked. Because I had tons of things planned to do. You know, I plan to watch a couple episodes of Stranger Things, watch a film. I plan to edit my round 6 vlog, or round 6 video, which I've been editing for 2 months. I plan to do something about my internship. I ended up doing none of that because my slow ass laptop, okay, my slow fucking ass laptop, is so slow. So first of all, there's this college update video that I exported 4 times already, I believe, and each time the video is cut short because of storage space issues. And so I exported that again, and that took a whole fucking hour. And then I edited the can vlog, and somehow I spent like 4 hours editing a little bit of it. And then from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., aka 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., I spent a whole ass hour exporting it. And the software, Adobe Premiere Pro, started crashing. And it crashed again and again and again and again. I'm just like, great, perfect time to crash. And I was so dedicated to exporting the vlog last night. I was like, I don't care if I miss sleep, I have to export it just because. And then at the end I gave up because I'm too sleepy. But the worst thing is, at 2 a.m. it suddenly became 3 a.m. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I looked at the clock and it's 3:10 a.m. and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, oh, the spring forward just happened. So yeah. So that was very inconvenient timing, and spring forward just fucking happened, I guess. Yeah. So there's that. So I don't know about today. I have a lot to do. I have a lot of films to watch, stuff to edit, things to do. But I still do really want to go out today to do the piercing. But the thing is, it's already afternoon right now, and also, holy shit, the AC is so cold. It's already afternoon, so I don't know how plausible it is, but Christian texted me back at 5 a.m., aka 4 a.m., saying, I'm sorry, dude, but if you're going tomorrow, I'm so down. So I'm still waiting for his response. I still really want to go out because next weekend is basically spring break. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. And I also talked with JD from Singapore again, and she got the Cinephile pass, so she's gonna go to Cannes. Um, but yeah, uh, she's like, I want to see you there. Yeah, I wish I could go, I really do. But yeah. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna try to be quick here. Time now is 2:48 a.m. in the morning, or 1:48. Yeah, today is absolutely fucked in the ass. Probably one of the worst days of the year, if I have to be honest. Um, Truly gave me a heart attack. So this morning, it was fine. Things were fine. Things were okay. But, I, yeah, I, right off the bat in the morning, and by morning I mean like 1 p.m., like 2 p.m. maybe. I tried to do my plan was to quickly export the Cannes vlog video so that I could focus on everything else. What ended up happening is that I spent the entire day today, the entire day, exporting the Cannes video. The Cannes video took me a whole fucking day to export. A whole day. So I tried to export it, and I exported it through Media Explorer, this app, or not Media Explorer, Media Encoder, and then exported the wrong thing. For some reason, it exported 4 random minutes of the clip, but not the full 55 minutes of the video. So I tried it a couple more times, still doesn't work. So I tried to export it in the original Adobe Premiere Pro, and it crashed. And I tried to export it again, and it crashed. And I kept going and going and going. And then eventually I was like, fuck it. So I filmed my Oscars prediction video while it's exporting, and it's still stuck. It's still super slow. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to let it export. And in the Adobe Premiere Pro, it says that it needs about 150 hours to export or something like that. So I'm like, fine, I have to do it through Media Encoder. So I put it through Media Encoder, and then again, it's like, we need 50 hours to finish exporting this. And then I'm like, okay, maybe it's stuck. Maybe if I pause it and then resume it, maybe it's gonna pick up its pace, right? I did it, and it's just stuck. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Is it my laptop is fucking dying? My hard drive is fucking dying? The cable's fucking dying? I have no idea. So I decided to restart my laptop, right? Boo fucking who? Piss and shit. Piss and shit. Because what happens is that when the laptop shuts down, it cannot turn on. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I pressed the power button, it turned on, the keyboard glows, and then it turns red, and then it shuts down. And it was like that for like a whole hour. From about 6 p.m. onwards, it was like that. And I don't think it really sank in that my laptop just died, or it seemed so. At that moment, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for a while and maybe it's gonna come back. I'm gonna charge it. It's gonna be fine. And then about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, I don't fucking know. A while later, I was like, okay, I think my laptop's fucking dying. And instead of going, holy shit, and start panicking and crying, I did not. And technology failing on me has happened like a bajillion times already, right? Since 2016, I've lost memory on my phone, I've broken my phone, water damage on my phone, all sorts of technological failures, mostly with my phone. So it's not my first rodeo. But again, it's also been a while since my last major technological failure. And I cannot afford to have one because I have so much stuff on my new laptop. And usually in those technological failures, my first moment is denial. I'm like, okay, there's no way it's happening. And then I realize it's happening. And then I realize my entire schedule is disrupted, is torn apart, and broken. But this time around, I remain calm. And first off, I don't know what to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I told my mom about this for some reason, but of course she cannot help. There's nothing she can do. She's not a tech expert. Even if she contacts the people in Hong Kong, that's not gonna work. Like, I can't go back to Hong Kong at all anyways. So, so, my next thing I did was I went to Reddit and I asked for help. No, well, I went to Google and I Google search and I tried to troubleshoot it. I tried everything. I tried unplugging the charger, plugging it again. I tried long pressing the power button, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. I went to Reddit and I made a couple posts asking for help. And people were kind enough to try to give me tips, even though there was one guy who was like, emergency? Why don't you call 911? So anyways, Reddit's not really helping. So I immediately look for computer repair shops, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning. I can bring it over to a repair shop and I'll pay whatever, how much money, and then repair it, and then it'll be done, right? So I started calling these computer repair shops. I called the California Computer, which is near Santa Monica, off of Pico Boulevard. And then I called another computer repair shop, which is closer, slightly closer. It's at Culver City, or somewhere between Culver City and Beverly Hills. And both of them give good answers. The first one, he's like, okay, we're off hours. We're, we're closing hours right now. But I can answer some questions. And he's not American. He's got an accent. But, he's like, is it a memory issue? And I'm like, I don't think so. We got 30 gigabytes. And then he's like, okay, try to like press the power on button for 15 seconds, let it go, and then press it really fast again. I tried it, didn't work. And he's like, okay, bring it tomorrow morning. We open at 9 a.m. So I was actually going to do that. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to take a bus, go all the way there, and then maybe at around 4 p.m. Because tomorrow, 4 p.m., I have a Zoom meeting with Sandrine. I'm just going to borrow someone's laptop or use my phone. Okay. But I called another shop, and that other guy was like, maybe it's a memory thing. And I'm like, it's not. And then he's like, well, you can come over to our place right now and drop off the laptop before 9 p.m. and then we'll take a look. And I'm like, well, fuck it. Let's go. So instead of going to downtown LA to get a piercing, which was what I planned to do today, and Christian was even like, you know what? Instead of a piercing, let's go to Little Tokyo and go to a cafe and just study. And that didn't even happen either. What happened instead is I spent a whole hour taking a bus to Culver City to fix my laptop. I put everything in my bag, laptop, chargers, hard drives in case I need to back anything up. I don't want them to mess up the memory inside my laptop. I got shit. Okay? So I ran towards bus 38. Bus 38 swoops past my face. And I wanted to go back home and wait half an hour. But turns out I can actually take bus 37 there as well. Or like bus 37 and then change to another bus. So I walked to bus 37 and I was going to wait for another bus to 37 which comes in 9 minutes. But instead, there is already a bus 37 swooped past my face again, and I ran towards it again, and I lost it again. So 2 fucking buses swerved past my face. So of course I'm fucking mad. And then the new bus 37, the next bus 37, I have to wait 9 minutes, but somehow the bus 37 keeps getting later and later and later, which pushes the second bus about 20 minutes forward, which makes me late to the shop, later than 9 p.m., which is a no-go. So I looked at the map again, and now it's telling me to take bus 28. Or no, bus 207? I don't know which one. But I crossed the road and I took that bus instead. So I took a bus, I went to Koreatown, and then I waited like 15 minutes, and then I took another bus, 28, all the way westward to Culver City. I arrived middle of fucking nowhere. Pitch black, desolate, middle of LA, dead zone, and I found the repair shop. I was feeling melancholic. I was quite inspired actually. I don't know why, but I had all these scary imagery in my head. Just the anxiety about my computer dying, and also my stress over my scripts and people, social life, etc. Just a lot of anxiety. I arrived at the computer repair shop, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, damn, I hope it's not some sketchy place. I showed up in front of the front door, and it looks like some sketchy place. It looks like some rundown boba laundromat kind of place. Funky font. There's one white guy just waiting there, waiting inside. And I went in. He unlocked the door, and I told him my problem. I was quite eloquent for some reason. I was like, okay, this is my issue, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, yeah, okay, put down your name and your phone number, and then we'll text you tomorrow, or like we'll text you when we recognize a problem. It's $80 for the diagnostics, and then if we locate the issue, it's the $80 also goes into the repair. And then he said it's gonna take a couple days. And I'm just like, fuck. First of all, this shop looks sketchy. I never let other people touch my laptop. And what if they just steal it? What if they're evil? Also $80. Come on, that's like 4 criterions. Also, they won't even fix it until a couple days later. I need that shit as soon as possible. At least tomorrow morning. So I'm like, okay, just let me test it out first. So I turned on the laptop. And it's on. Magically. It's really slow, but it turned on. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, anyways, I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to take the laptop back home, and if anything weird happens again, I'll call you, I'll bring it over here. And the guy's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, the guy's not that friendly. So I called an Uber, and I just went back. Straight back home. I thought about going to the metro, and then, but no, you know what? Straight back. And thankfully, there's a discount in Uber, and I only paid $15 to get back, which is not that bad. So yeah, $15 for a panic attack. This felt so brief and so fast, it felt like a panic attack. And I don't know, man. So my laptop is fine now. It's very slow, but it's on. And even after I got back home, I'm still kind of stressed, and I turn it on and it's still not on. But it says, your laptop has run into an issue and we need to update, blah, blah, blah. So instead, after I got back home, after a while, I changed my clothes and hit the gym. I wanted Christian to come, but Christian's busy, I guess. So I went to the gym for about 40 minutes, from about 10 to 10:40, right? I did a little did some low row. I did some of the bicep up stretch. I did some pull-ups and then I ran just a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Came back home and thankfully, holy ball sacks, laptop worked. I exported the can video and it exported pretty fast. Exported it, went down and had dinner, came back, it's here. It's fine. We're good. Took a shower, here I am. So, yeah, it was incredibly unfortunate because the whole exporting issue took up my entire day. I planned to do a bunch of other stuff. Couldn't really do it. But at least the good thing is now I know it's kind of okay. I'm still kind of worried that something bad's going to happen. Also, my phone is not letting a USB-C cable plug in again. So there's that issue again. So please fix all of this bullshit. Please fix it. But yeah, it's just a relief that Can episode 5 is out. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really tired. I haven't seen a single film or a single anything yesterday and the day before. Even though in theory I'm supposed to be free. Yeah. Also thinking about spring break. I genuinely think I should go to San Francisco just for a couple days. And yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna talk to Andrew Wu or something. And if not San Fran, I'm thinking of, I don't know, anywhere the wind blows, anywhere Christian wants to go. Yeah, I don't fucking know anymore. Again, week 7 I believe is over, and we're pretty much halfway done with the semester. And honestly, to be optimistic, I do think that aside from super close friend group and a girlfriend, I think I have pretty much everything. Yeah, it can feel underwhelming at times, but I have done as much as I can. I've got onto big film sets. You know, I've joined clubs. I've gotten a job in an internship. I worked out at least, even though it's not a lot, but I did. And I did make some friends. I did make myself known. I tried my best. I think the only things missing is making a big film and having a great fucking social life. But yeah, truth be told, I should be satisfied with what I've done. I should be. Yeah, anyways, that's it for today. Fuck me. Alright, time now is 11:17 a.m. Or actually 12:18 a.m. Fuck, whatever, man. 12:18 afternoon on May 9th. I slept from like 5:20 to about 12-ish, and I woke up because of Mary's awesome, juicy, jazzy, prickly, poopy music. Really hypes me up and makes me horny and want to kill people and smash windows and shove glass shards down my throat. Woo! Yeah, anyways, it wasn't too bad because it's like 7 hours, and yeah, but definitely have to go to bed early. And now, because of the daylight saving shit, I need to beat the 4 a.m. curse and then beat the 3 a.m. curse. And no, the 5 a.m. curse, the 4 a.m. curse, and then the 3 a.m. curse. I have 3 curses to beat. So hopefully I beat the 5 a.m. curse tonight. That would be swick. But yeah, I tried my best last night. I didn't finish a film, but things are back on track, and I'm editing things again, and yeah. Yeah, okay, dreams. So Beijing wake up, furnace drawing, frozen yogurt. Beijing wake up, furnace drawing, frozen yogurt. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I was pretty emotional last night, but today, I my dreams were more vivid. Is the music stopped? Oh no, it's continuing. The party continues. Okay. So I don't know why my dreams kind of jumbled, but I was somehow I ended up randomly somewhere in a big city, or like it felt like a theme park. It didn't feel like a city. It felt like a theme park with contained borders, and I was running around. But for some reason, I was surrounded by temples. I was surrounded by all these temples and all these big Buddhas and all these big like stone wall structures that just give me Beijing vibes. And the more I run around, the more I'm like, this. Why is this Beijing? And I kept running around. Um, yeah, it also felt like the exhibition hall in Anime Expo. I don't know why, because it's so packed with people and it's so smoky and so full of atmosphere, which is great. But I was so lost. I was like, usually I'm able to navigate where I'm going, but like in my head, I'm like, I know where I'm going, but for some reason, I'm not familiar with this place. Something strange is happening. And for some reason, I thought I was in a dream. And I tried to fly. I tried to like imagine myself flying and force myself up in the air. And it kind of did, but it was very disorienting. And then, Jesus Christ. And then I woke up, but instead of waking up here in this apartment, I woke up on a bench somewhere next to a brick wall or a concrete wall of a small building. And I'm in some town or some city, some really beautiful, nice city, sunny, quiet, but packed with buildings and roads, and there were like dried leaves falling down everywhere, and I was holding a blanket, I think a pink blanket, sleeping on a flat wooden bench, right outside of a wall, like L-shaped. I feel like I'm in the corner of a city of somewhere. And then I woke up, and then there's already the sidewalk. So, oh god, okay. It's like this. I wake up. Okay, so I wake up. Behind me is a wall. To my left is a wall. And then I turn to my right side, and we're already seeing the pavement. And a big road beside the pavement. And on the pavement there's also guardrails, but they're kind of lined with like white guardrails, and these guardrails are like a small brick wall, and also they can twist and turn a little bit, creating seats. And I saw that someone prepared food for me. There are plastic boxes of food sitting on some of those fences, and they're meant for me, obviously. And I just thought to myself, maybe I should. My pink blanket probably touched the ground, and I should probably wash it. A little bit later, I was sitting somewhere that felt like I'm inside of a ship. Everything's dark brown and wooden, and it also felt kind of like that underground train in Ocean Park in Hong Kong. And I was staring at a furnace, or at least I was staring at hot part in front of me. So it's like a curve of wooden wall behind me, and then in front of me, I don't see the other side of the room, but there's like a giant wooden obstruction that is also kind of curved, and I thought I could build a furnace into that curve, because it's Hour of the Furnaces, and I want to build it as an act of resistance or something. And yeah, just thinking a lot about carving stone and restructuring the place, and then drawing. At the same time, I was drawing in my dream. I was on a digital drawing software, and I spent a lot of time drawing like the ocean waves, and they're bluish and they're whitish, and I draw two wrists sort of like cuffed together, but both of them have this white scruffy around them, and it's supposed to be an act of resistance, and it's supposed to be free Palestine and also free Iran and other places. And then maybe I woke up a little bit and then fell back asleep, but I went to a frozen yogurt shop. I think it was the same dream actually, because I just finished a meal and I just wanted to get some frozen yogurt. I don't know why. I entered this store and it's some glass doors, and in this rectangle, in this long vertical rectangle, uh, the south side and the west side are made of glass. North and east side are just walls, and the north and east side has this rounded counter, huge counter for the staff to make the frozen yogurt. I went in and I saw Jayun somewhere in there, and then Sunny shows up. So two Asian girls, two edgy Asian girls, I guess. I saw Sunny and I said hi, and I was like, "Are you here alone?" Or and she's like, "No." And then she went behind me. There's this tall white guy, bald with mustache, and then they were hugging together, and I'm like, "Great! Of course, Sunny is that kind of person." Um, so I went to get frozen yogurt, and there's like rose cream flavor, and there's like some chocolate cream flavor, and there's like all kinds, and I wanted those two kinds, those two scoops in my cup. And Sunny also tried the rose cream flavor. For some reason, one of the staff grabbed a spoon of the rose cream and shoved it down my cup before I even asked for it, and I immediately tasted it and I thought it's not bad. And then that's it. Awesome music. So today is actually really chill because I only have a Zoom meeting around 4 p.m. and then that's it. But I do want to go to Target or Ralph's because I need a little bit of cleaning. I ran out of alcohol wipes. And yeah, that's it. Just trying to catch up, watch films, edit stuff, and yeah, just trying to catch up. And yeah, hopefully it'll be chill. And maybe make a couple phone calls. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, just trying to make the best of the rest of my time here. What is it? 67 days left. Okie Loki. Time now is 11:53 p.m. I'm gonna have dinner very soon because it's perfect for dinner time, midnight. Well, if you don't count the daylight savings, it's actually 11 p.m. right now. But yeah, today has been okay. Yesterday was really stressful, but I would say that today is a bit of a redemption for me. Um, redemption emotionally, that is. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just even though Mary, the roommate, woke me up, I did have about 7 hours of sleep, which made me semi-energetic today. So I felt fine. And today I was just trying my best to be productive without overly pushing myself. I finished a film earlier, and then I filmed an album review. And then what I did was at 4 p.m. I had a Zoom interview with Sandrine. And, low key, not that nervous at all. Like, I'm not nervous about it at all because I already did it last year. And because I know Sandrine for a bit. The I saw her at Cannes as well. And then I saw her at the dinner place at Culver City. I not really scared. It just felt more like a conversation. So the Zoom meeting started, and my webcam acted up. So for the most part, the webcam was off. It went on for about 20 minutes, and it was very much conversational. She was like, um, I asked her how she's doing, or I think she asked me how I'm doing. I asked her how she's doing. She's like, I'm doing good, blah, blah, blah. She asked me, um, so originally I was thinking of not bringing up the fact that I'm graduating. But that is her first question was, so you're graduating when? And I'm like, oh, well, May 15th. And she's like, so when's the earliest you can come to Cannes? I'm like, oh, May 17th, 18th. So we went on and talked about how, like, it is good that repeaters and can come back because they're extremely helpful. Camden did the interview earlier today, and Camden talked about how much the repeaters helped him, like Tiger, you know. And I was like, yeah, you know, I complimented Tiger, complimented Matt and Emma. And then so she just straight up told me, like, I know you want to go back to Cannes, and I'm trying to, you know, I've never brought four repeaters on the same team. I always thought two max, but last year we got three repeaters. But I'm trying to accommodate everyone. So how about you come to Cannes, but not officially? And whoa, whoa. Not gonna lie, that was a huge relief, but that is also possibly the best possible outcome in this situation. That is probably the best possible outcome. Hold on. So yeah, anyways, that is the best possible option because yesterday and also a couple days ago I pretty sure accepted the fact that I won't be able to go to Cannes, and even if I do, it'll be 3 days only. I don't know why I always go for the most like pessimistic option, but lo and behold, Sandrine just gave me the best possible option. So yeah, the complicated fact is that okay, hold on. What are you doing? What? Okay. The complicated fact is that Sandrine's gonna get a special pass for for La Cinef because one of the USC's short films got into La Cinef, which means that her regular cinephile pass or maybe industry, I don't know what her pass is, can be given to someone. So maybe she could give it to me. So that's what she said. So I'm like, that sounds great. I told her that I did apply for 3 days. I didn't tell her that I applied to Cinephile and got rejected. I didn't bring it up. I don't know if that complicates things or if that's like irrelevant, but um, she's like, okay, well, if I can give you that pass, then you'll have to release your 3 days. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. So yeah, and then we just chatted a little more. She's like, she told me how much she appreciates that I write so much because last year I was the person with the most output when it comes to the reviews on the Cannes website. And I'm like, yeah, I had to rewatch a film before I had to write the review, blah blah. And she said I have a big stomach for films, and I'm like, well, Matt too. And she's like, yeah, well, Matt, of course. And then damn. And then yeah, we just talked about um just like how competitive it was. Like this year 60 people applied and there are 24 candidates she interviewed and she can only pick 12. And so it's really competitive. But I thought last year was even worse. I thought last year was like 80 applicants. So I don't know. Anyways. And she said that my name was mentioned a few times. And I'm like, oh, that's so interesting. Again, it's so crazy because sometimes I think to myself of how useless and invisible and like insignificant I am. But then sometimes my name is brought up in conversations. I am thought of. I am part of conversations, and I could think of a few people who mentioned me, like Jacob, Toll. Actually, those are the only two people who probably have mentioned me. I don't really know Maybe Cheyenne and Julian did. If they did, I'm like shocked because they're up there, you know. um, but yeah. So we ended the Zoom on good note, and she said she'll get back to me tomorrow or the next day after tomorrow to tell me if that works or not. But if she can bring me to Cannes unofficially, not part of the team, that's fucking amazing. And if I'm not part of the team, that's like even better because I don't have the obligation to write these reviews and organize things. Um, that somehow makes things even better. And she said I could come anytime, like on the 17th or 18th. So that's great. So that changes everything. Okay. After that, I immediately had a phone call with my mom. Talked for half an hour, and then I spent some time editing. And then I went out to Target to just buy some stuff, mostly just alcohol wipes, but also some snacks. And came back home at 8:30, and then I had I think nearly 1 hour call with Kate Chow, just talking about my script, which definitely needed some help. The deadline is 4 days later, so kind of stressful, but I believe in myself. I can do it. Okay, I can do it. I trust it. I can do it. Last year was really tough because I rarely push myself to write a script this fast, but now that I know I can do it, I'm like weirdly, slightly more confident. I'm not super confident, but I'm slightly more confident. And also, I described to Kate Chow my second script idea, and she's like, "That's even more interesting, and that's even more you." Um, and she said I'm really creative. It's so weird because I don't know. I again, I feel like it's just my brain going crazy, but I have this tendency of thinking that people are like they don't think much of me. I think Kate. I thought Kate doesn't think much of me, so I thought it would be like, but no, she's really nice. And then eventually, she talked about how she's gonna fly to San Francisco soon, on Thursday night, and over a spring break. And I remember in my therapy session, my therapist told me it's okay for international students to ask people if they can come to their home, like home city. And it's so crazy because I speak English so well and I meld in with the Asian Americans and other Americans, and it seems as though I work really well. Like it seems like I sound like I'm gonna go back to Massachusetts for home, but I'm not. I'm from Hong Kong, right? So I told Kate, like, I've been thinking about spring break and I thought maybe I should visit San Francisco because I've never been, right? And she's like, "Oh yeah, you should come. We're planning this trip, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And then Andrew's going on Friday and Brandon's going on Saturday. So we'll see. I'll talk to both Andrew and Brandon, but maybe maybe an interesting spring break is in the works. Perhaps. Mayhaps. Um yeah. But also kind of tough because Arjun earlier this morning asked me if I could go on to set with him on Friday and Saturday because they need art hands. Okay, we'll see about that. Um, but yeah. What else? What else? What else? I guess Oh yeah, and then I told Kate Chow my Big the Empire idea, and she's really nice about it. She's like, just send the script to us, and we'll figure it out. Like she and Andrew, they're basically a unit right now. And I'm like, for sure. And I have all these ideas, and I explain to her, and as I'm explaining to her, I realize how crazy I sound, and I think it's great that I'm finally arriving at a place where I'm okay with sounding crazy. I feel like throughout the last 2 years, I've been almost speaking through a filter to most of the people, and my short films are the only places where I can communicate my madness. But now that I'm more comfortable with literally vocalizing my madness, not just through my short films, but when I talk about my short films, um, yeah. Arjun just texted me. Um, So yeah, that's that. And then now I'm having dinner. So yeah, my laptop's still really ridiculously slow, but definitely the stressful things that happened in the last couple of days sort of went undone. My laptop's still alive, and I might still be able to go to Cannes um, for more than 3 days. So, oh god. Yeah, anyways. Yeah. Also forgot to mention that Toll has been rejected for Cannes. So that's sad. Toll was really upset. He was like, I don't know what did I miss. I don't know what did I do wrong. And then he kept asking me that, and he's like, should I email her asking me what did I do wrong? And I'm like, don't. You'll just come off desperate. And also, like, don't take it personally. You're just unlucky, and I mean, he can apply again next year, and the chances of him getting in next year is higher because he got interviewed. Man, it's just shocking. So I don't know. Now it's getting less and less predictable what the team is gonna look like. I feel like it's gonna be half MFAs, which are people I don't know that much, and then um, probably gonna be Cheyenne, Julian, Diego, Colin, Camden, Asir, maybe. Um, that's already like 7 people I just mentioned. Um, yeah, and Josh Silva, again maybe Edith and what's her name? Grace Gordon, Edith Jong and Grace Gordon. Maybe a couple cinephiles I've met but I don't know from maybe Seta's going. That would be crazy. I'd love to see Seta there. I'd love to have Seta on my set. Um, but yeah, that's it. Yeah. I just randomly remembered another small chunk of my dream. Me and my family were traveling, but I was also moving from one temporary hotel ish place to another hotel or another apartment, and I moved very efficiently. Like, I laid out all my electronic stuff, and then I had clothes and stuff, and then I immediately packed everything very fast into a car, and my dad is driving me away. But yeah, very vaguely remember it. Like, I don't remember the physicalities of the dream, like the places and stuff. Yeah.
By the local carpenters are able to live out the life that fate has allotted them. By the local carpenters are able to live out the life that fate has allotted them.
Okay, time now is 2:14 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, so my laptop just crashed, so that's great. Fuck me, stop scaring me. Oh my god. So let's talk about today. So today I had a terrible sleep, and this morning I felt absolutely awful. Yeah, we're halfway into the semester and I'm still feeling very tired all the time, and that's kind of bad. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna try my best to go to bed 4:20 tonight. Hopefully, I make that goal. So yeah, 4:20 to 11. That gives me about 6.5 hours. I like that. That sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Um, and yeah. I I'm looking at my laptop. Yeah, today is fine. I woke up and I took a bus and I went to SCA, had a red bean bun, and then I walked over to Taper Hall and I was there at my religion class. And please turn on. Okay. Fuck. I'm just gonna let it do it. Let it do its thing. Um. Okay, yeah. There we go. Everything's right. What the fuck? That was a scare. Okay, anyways, yeah, today went to Tabor Hall, took the religion class. Good news is my midterm, I gave myself 94 points or 93 points, and the professor ended up giving me 97 points. So that's an A plus, baby. So I'm really happy. But I didn't do the readings at all. Oh my god. Fuck me. Okay. Great. I guess I need to back up everything in case my laptop dies anytime soon. But yeah. So I got a 97 in my religion class midterms, which is really good, but didn't do any readings, so the class today I was just like dead inside the whole time. Then I went over to DMC and I went inside the classroom for comp lit class. Except today the comp lit class is over Zoom, which is yeah, which is the first time it had happened, but yeah, but because I can't find a quiet spot on campus to do the Zoom, and in the email the professor's like, you might as well just use a classroom. So I went in there, put up my laptop, and opened Zoom, and fell asleep. I just took a nap throughout the whole Zoom, and I was like half awake, half asleep. I wanted to sleep, but I also wanted to like kind of hear the lecture when I sleep, and that was a bad idea because even when I'm awake, I basically wasn't awake. I basically couldn't hear words completely when I'm too sleepy. So I was pretty much half awake, half asleep the whole time, and two other guys, two white guys, at the very far left side of the classroom, and then there's a couple Chinese guys behind me, and it was so awkward. Like I turned on Zoom, and I don't have like earphones or anything, and then it's just like doing its thing, and then I could hear the guy behind me also opening Zoom, so I could hear the professor, and his vocals are sort of like delayed. But great. Fuck me, my laptop. Okay, anyways, my laptop died really quick in that class. Not now. I mean, even though it could very much happen now. But in that class, my laptop died. It was 9%, and then it was 6%, and then it was 5%, and then it just died. So for the last 5 minutes or so, I just went to the Chinese guy behind me, and I awkwardly stood up while listening to the Zoom, even though I'm not really hearing anything. Um, Jesus Christ, please. Okay. Um, yeah, so, um, after class, my plan was to buy a drink because I was really hungry for some reason and really. I also need to drink something to keep myself awake. To buy a drink, go to DMC, walk around, and write a script. Like I did last Tuesday and last Wednesday. Um, but turns out Michelle, yes, Michelle from community college, is at the USC Village. Um, because apparently she's on set, but for some reason this is a weird music video set where it's 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. except 12:50 to 4 p.m. they have a huge 3-hour long break, and they could go wherever they want. And lunch is also not provided, so I guess the film assumed that all of its crew could go out and buy food for themselves, which is really weird. Also, apparently Joseph Kaczynski, the guy who directed Top Gun Maverick and F1, he was there, and Michelle didn't know who he is. Um, so anyways, Michelle's at the USC Village. I went to Dulce to meet her, and then I got a Hong Kong tea latte and a coffee donut, and then I sat down and ate, and immediately my stomach started hurting. It wasn't like bad hurt. It just felt stuffy, and I immediately knew that it's it's bad. It's like lactose intolerant ish. But it started with a red bean bun. Anyways, So, anyways, I still endured the uncomfortable stomach and I chatted with Michelle. And then at around 3 p.m., I went over to DMC and tried to write my short film there. There we fucking go! Whilst Michelle was with me, so we were chatting and I wasn't able to write my script anyways. So it was kind of a waste of time. But I'm glad I'm able to bring Michelle around, and I brought her towards SCA because I wanted to take a piss. And I thought to myself, oh god, I'm gonna run into someone. Every time, which is good, I should appreciate this. Every time I go to SCA, I run into someone. And today I ran into Arjun. I saw Arjun walking around in a t-shirt, fumbling around. And I was like, this is Michelle. And then Arjun was like, oh, I'm running around getting permits. And I'm like, for Emma's thing? And he's like, yeah. So, yeah, it was that. And Michelle was shocked that I know people. But it's cool that every time someone visits me on campus, a bunch of people I know just show up and greet me. Anyways, flashback a little bit. During religion class, at 10 a.m. in the morning, I received. Actually, 10 a.m. is not religion class. Actually, right after I woke up, I received an email from Sandrine basically telling me that the cohort of the CAN is announced. The CAN team is announced, and then now she's asking me for my name, address, phone number, non-USC email, and a photo to help me apply for CAN. So, wouldn't you know it, I feel like my chances of going to CAN is suddenly really high again. Fuck me. Okay, again, if my laptop dies now, a lot of things are going to be ruined. A lot of things are going to be ruined, and I really don't want that to happen. Anyways, I went back home, I went to the bathroom, and then I decided to go back to bed for 1 more hour, except I couldn't fall back asleep. I just could not. Maybe the tea latte is doing its thing, but I just couldn't fall back asleep. But I still laid on my bed for a while, and then I woke up, and then the rest of the day is me trying to be as productive as possible. So far I did do quite a bit of stuff. I did I did as much as I can. I within 1 hour. This is so fucking impressive, by the way. From 11 p.m. to, or like from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. ish. I finished writing Late Winter, which is my second script submission for 480, which is so goddamn impressive. And I didn't even know I could finish a script in 1 hour. And granted, it's a short script. It's 8 pages long, which is also really surprising. I thought it would be like over 10 pages. I finished writing it, and it's not great. But I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what I've done within 1 hour. Anyways, it could have been way better, but the fact that I finished 2 scripts, I could submit to 480, even though they're not the best. But the fact that I finished 2 is already an achievement, and the fact that I have like 3 days left, which is not a lot, but I have 3 days to rewrite these 2 scripts, is not that bad, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy with it. And I also suddenly remembered that I have the Dreams assignment, so at 11:40, I ran back upstairs, finished it, and then I went back down to have dinner. I'm very malnourished today. I didn't have much for lunch. I had half a salad box and 2 chicken wings, and then for dinner it was the leftover sausage ravioli, the leftover salad kit, which is like rotting, leftover rosatella pasta sauce, and the finished up the al pastor pork. Not a lot of starch. I haven't eaten a lot of starch today. I did eat a red bean bun and a donut, but still not a lot of starch, and I feel a little malnourished, and I can't believe it, but I have to go buy food as soon as possible again. There we go. Please don't freak out, laptop. Please don't. And then I still have stuff to edit. I still have stuff to watch. It's a bit much, but hopefully I'm able to truck along to tomorrow. I also edited stuff for my internship. Okay, anyways. The CAN thing is making me feel really good. I DM'd Camden and I asked him if he got in, and he's like, yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry that you didn't. And I told him, well, actually, maybe I would be the unofficial 13th member. And she's like, that. He's like, that would be awesome. And then I asked Camden who else is going, and he's like, aside from Colin and Seer, I don't know anyone else. Like everyone's new. But my guess right now is that Cheyenne, Julian, Josh, Silva, and Diego are all in it, and maybe Seda Papazian. I would be so happy to see Seda in that team. I would be so happy. And yeah, Jacob checked, and Jacob's like, fuck, I got rejected, but that's okay. Jacob's surprisingly not that pissed about it, but Toll was really pissed. But yeah, I hope Seda makes it. I hope that everyone makes it. In another universe, everyone from Anya to Seda to like Toll, everyone made it in a different universe. But yeah, either way, Sandrine is applying for me, and I'm just so happy. It's so funny because Toll and Jacob, they tried really hard. They wrote those reviews. They asked me to look at their reviews, and they did the interviews and everything, and still the competition is just too high. But somehow, because I got in last year by pure luck and also talent, and I have a good relationship with Sandrine, and Sandrine is still able to bring me to Cannes, I feel like out of good relationship. I feel like when I did the Zoom interview with her yesterday, if my relationship with her isn't that good, like it's just okay, I feel like that wouldn't even happen. So, there we go. Fuck. But, yeah, that's basically it. And, yeah. And I'm still thinking about going to San Francisco. I know it's kind of last minute because spring break literally starts in 3 days. But yeah, I don't know. I do feel like I should, yeah, I do feel like I should, definitely go somewhere and not go the full thing. The thing is, my spring break is actually a little long, which is good because this Friday I have no class. But instead, it's likely that I'll go to Argenset, and then on Monday I have no class. So this means I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday plus 7 days, so 11 days, and then plus next Monday, that's 12 days. And so I could spend maybe 3 or 4 of those days in San Fran, and then another 4 or 5 days just doing nothing, just chilling in LA, sleeping, resting, hanging out with other people. That might as well be the best fucking way to spend spring break. I don't know why. I guess when I came to USC, when I came to LA, my idea of spring break would be way crazier, like a crazy trip, crazy journey, really romantic with a lover on a mountain. And while that would be amazing, I think right now, realistically, the best way I could spend spring break is to be with a couple friends that I trust in somewhere. Doesn't have to be too far, but then also spend some time just chilling and doing my own thing and watching movies. And somehow that would be the most optimal. Also, Andrew asked me to PD Huvo's 290 P2, which I really just want to turn down. I really don't think I can do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope my laptop is okay, because if it's not, a bunch of things I want to do is just thrown into the trash. So,